Yo,
Hey,
welcome to the stream. Welcome to Baggy TV. How you all doing? I hope you're all doing good. Sultan, welcome. Hajo Abid, welcome. And I have Panafrique. Panafrique, how you doing, my man?
I'm good, Baggy. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Haven't seen you for a while. I hope everything is good.
Everything is good. Baggy, I want to ask you
Yeah,
the
go ahead.
background song. The background song. Where did you get that from? The background intro music.
Shab Khalid. It's called Aisha. It's quite old,
Yeah,
but it's old school Algerian music, North African music.
yeah. I
Have you
know
heard
the
it
music.
before?
Yeah, I know the music. Back at home, we used to play the music. It was so
Have you heard it
lovely.
before,
Like,
Panafrique?
yeah, every Cameroonian love that music.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can get you. Can you hear me?
Think there might be some audio issues. Can you guys in the stream hear me all right?
Uh, can you hear me?
Think there might be technical difficulties. Yeah, sorry lads, I got lagged out for some reason. Not a good way to start the stream, but we'll try again. Elijah, how you doing? Chelsea, how are you? Elias, how you doing? And have I missed anyone? Raymond, welcome to the stream. I have a few guys in the back area. Let me have a look. Who do I have? I have DJ Sav. Welcome, DJ. And I have
Big up, guys.
RCBN. Welcome, RCBN.
Hello,
How you guys doing?
Great.
All good, all good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm just addressing the comments in the stream. Steve Chelsea, big up. Stav is there. He's not saying hello, but I know he's there. Abdul Rashid Mohammed. Is it really true? Is this really true? Well, Abdul Rashid, I will tell you. Sit tight. I will tell you. I have a video I want to show you as well in today's stream. So sit tight, Abdul Rashid. Boyd, Mawal, hello, hi. Listen, guys. Today it's all about Erling Haaland. Today everyone is talking about Erling Haaland. Yes, Stav. Hello, Stav. How are you? Yeah, it's all about Erling Haaland today. It's all about Erling Haaland, and I think it all kicked off yesterday, really, when what's his name, Jan Foytov made that statement on ESPN. Go on, correct me. How do you say his name?
Jan
Jan
Agafiotov.
Agafiotov.
Demand him. Bobby, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good. I've just finished with Chelsea Perspective and I'm joining you, so it's a long one for me today.
Same
Welcome.
here, actually.
Hey, Bobby.
Welcome.
Hey, Bobby.
Welcome.
Hi
welcome.
guys. Hi.
Yeah, listen. Go on.
Sorry. I want to ask Bobby to maybe drop a link of his channel on the group, so that some of us can subscribe to his channel as well.
Yeah, look, guys. I'm so sorry. Many people have asked me this. I don't have a channel. I'm just a fan. I just go and I support Chelsea. I'm so passionate about Chelsea that I support people like Baggy and any of you that have a channel. I'm in there. If it's useful to join the panel, I love it. And if it's useful to, just promote what you're doing, that's all I'm about.
Okay. Probably I will drop a link to my channel too on the group chat.
Absolutely.
Oh,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
okay, excellent.
Go ahead, Panafrique. I'd love to check it out. I'd love to see it.
Okay. Okay.
Lads, back to the video, the stream. Erling Haaland. Listen, before we do any talking, let's actually hear what was said by Jan Foytov. Foytov, the man them. Let's actually hear what the man them had to say about Erling Haaland. And before I show you this clip, let me give you a bit of context. Who is this dude? Who is this Jan dude? Jan is a former Norwegian footballer, international. He played in England for a while, and he is. I'm not going to say close friends because that might be just saying too much. But he's a friend of Erling Haaland's dad, so they know each other. They played together, I think, at some point in the past, but they know each other and they're friends. So Foythoff is a journalist. He's a Norwegian journalist who actually covers the Bundesliga. Therefore, he is very familiar with what's going on in the Bundesliga. And as a Norwegian, he is definitely going to be interested in what's going on with one of their star players. And that is a bit of background in regards to what we are about to hear. So this is just the audio. I'm not going to show you the video. It's just the audio. For copyright reasons, I'm just going to show you the audio. So check this out now.
Is there any chance that an English club like Manchester City or Chelsea, Jan, could get their hands on Haaland this summer?
Oh, this is a good one because there are developing things going on there. 10 days ago, or before the Champions League final, I had an interview with him and he said, I will respect my contract and I expect him to stay in Dortmund. But there could be things moving on because maybe one of those clubs have serious ideas to get a new number 9.
Well, which one then, Jan?
Both, as we see them. But let's put it this way. I was in Porto, and so was Chelsea. So we'll see what happening. It could be developing coming up, but I just have to have it 100% confirmed. But they need a striker, both of them, and they have the money. And then we'll see how keen Dortmund will be on money coming up this summer.
Okay, that was pretty clear. So there is developments. In regards to this story. Apparently today, more reporters have started to talk about this. Now, whether or not these reporters are talking about this today is based on what Jan said yesterday, or it's based on further information that has been leaked over the past 24 hours. But apparently Chelsea are in talks. It isn't just, speculation. No, there is something going on there. And from what I understand it, Roman Abramovic is pushing for this. Roman Abramovic does want to see Chelsea continue their run. They've won the Champions League. We're not stopping there. We want to continue. And Manchester City look likely to be acquiring Harry Kane this transfer window. It's very likely that Harry Kane will be going to Manchester City. Now, there is a couple of things you guys need to understand. Before we open this debate, there's a couple of things you need to understand. Every club normally has one big transfer. Every club has normally one big transfer per window. Normally one big transfer. Manchester United looking like they're going to acquire Sancho. Manchester City looking like they're going to acquire Harry Kane. Now, it does mean that they will be less likely to go for Haaland because they are going for those targets. Now, in regards to Haaland, one of the biggest issues we have with him is not only his price tag, which we're going to discuss, but also his contract and what kind of contract he's looking for, he's asking for, which we're also going to discuss. So these are the areas we're going to be covering in today's debate, in today's discussion. And also, any of you guys wanting to raise any points in regards to this, feel free to hit me up with a comment in the chat, or even click on the link in the pinned comment and jump on here and give me your point of view in regards to what you think about the Erling Haaland story. Now, I'm going to open this up to Bobby, but before I do, there's also another aspect that we're going to be discussing later on in this video, and that is the goalkeeping situation. With the African Cup of Nations just around the corner, and Edouard Mendy looking to probably be active in that competition, what is Chelsea going to do in regards to the goalkeeping situation? And that is a topic that DJ Sav is going to be enlightening us to some of the developments in regards to that, and that will be later on in the video, later on in the stream. So, Bobby, what's your thoughts on this Erling Haaland situation?
Yeah, I mean, it seems clear that the Jan-Arne Fjortov's interview on ESPN last night is the main trigger behind a lot of the noise being made about the Haaland story today. However, this has always been there, hasn't it? There's some guy from Italy that came out and definitely said that Haaland was always Chelsea's first choice. And we've all kind of known that Roman really covets this player. He really wants this player. And more especially as that is the clear area of need in his team that has just won the European Cup. I mean, at the moment, Chelsea Football Club is the best project in European football. I would go as bold as to say that it is a more attractive project than even Man City or Man United, simply because of the fact that the team is so young. It's got a lot of academy guys in, and we've got perhaps currently the best, one of the best managers in the world. So there is traction to this story for sure. I heard about a couple of hours ago, added to this, because now, you know, the usual suspects, Matt Law, Fabrizio Romano, they've all made their comments on this. And I've heard that actually the deal itself is probably as good as done, that the issue is the wages of Haaland. And that can be sorted. You know, I think some of the figures that some people were touting or were made to believe are not realistic. He's probably looking for about 400,000 a week, thereabouts. And I think with the kind of base team that Chelsea is building and the longevity that it's potentially can have, they may go for a model to bump up everybody's wages, which means the wage bill will be quite high. But if you're having the success with it, then the success will help to at least financially balance the books in that area. I don't know, you know, I don't do the figures at Chelsea, but that's how I'm looking at it. Because though it is a challenge, it's not an obstacle that Roman will not be looking to overcome. So I think we should be quietly optimistic about this one.
Okay. What about the actual price tag that's been? I mean, we're hearing 175 million. Some say euros, some say pounds, but it's 175, 170, 150 plus million pounds. That is a massive price tag to see on Erling Haaland, especially with the fact that he'll be allowed to move on for 75 million euros next summer.
I think what we're also hearing is if it is that much, that it becomes a sort of money plus player kind of deal. There's talk of money plus Tammy Abraham, and that sort of thing. I can see that because it makes sense all round. It's very, very much a win-win situation for everybody if it is money plus Tammy. But I don't know. I don't believe 175 million euros, pounds, whatever it is they're quoting. I personally think, and I have no grounds for this, but it just makes sense. I just think that Chelsea have probably put down about 100, 110, and you can't sniff at that sort of money. You can't, you know. And what they might say is okay, but if you can throw in Tammy Abraham as well, the deal's yours. That's my suspicion. I mean, I don't know. They're probably still thrashing out a lot of things.
Elijah, if you actually do have an autograph of Erling Haaland, it's going to be a lot more valuable next season, hopefully. DJ Sav, what's your opinion about the contract? Where's DJ Sav? We lost him. We lost DJ Sav. Hold on. Is he coming back? There he is. There he is. There he is. DJ, I was worried for a second. I thought I lost you, mate.
No, I'm good. I'm
DJ.
good. Yeah.
DJ, tell me what's your perception of the contract, the possible contract that would have to offer Erling Haaland to bring him to Chelsea. we're hearing 100 million a week, figures of that nature. What's your understanding of this?
Yeah, it seems like it's crazy wages for him. I think from what I'm hearing, I mean, if you look at the players that we've got our team that are youngsters, how that's going to look on him, I don't know for that amount of money for him. I think Chelsea are saying that they can actually overcome this. From what I'm reading, from what Bobby's been saying, from what I'm understanding of it all, is that Chelsea can wages shouldn't be an issue. They think they can actually solve that issue. It's just, I think it's just a matter of paying him within the region of whatever the others are literally on, maybe a little bit more. But I think if it ends up coming here, it's going to be. I think it's more for the price. I think it's from my understanding. A few things going around. 50 million deals being thrown in the deal. I really don't want to.
DJ,
Bobby is.
now just say your audio is breaking off, mate.
Being done. I think my. Hello.
Yeah. Carry on. Yeah, we can hear you. It's breaking up a little bit. It's breaking up. Yeah.
Yeah, my thing's lagging, guys. It's lagging a little bit. Sorry, my apologies for that. So as I said, I think the wages. Can you hear me, guys?
Yeah. Carry on. Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, carry on. We can hear you.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah. So as I said, I don't know what the wage is actually. Yeah, as I said, I don't know what the wage is actually going to be, but I think we are looking at around about, I don't know, maybe is it like 350,000 a week or something like that?
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing, DJ. Which is in itself, it is a lot of money. I think the impact of it is that it will mean the club may have to bump up everybody else's wages. By everybody else, I mean like the big players, people like Mason Mount, Reece James, Kante. Kante is going to get a wage increase anyway. I think there's a new contract on the table for him anyway. But that will be a lot. Effect. Ultimately, it's an expensive deal. Make no mistake about it. Haaland is a massively expensive deal, but it's a deal. It's a long-term deal, and it's a deal that is results-based. We have to sustain the success in order for the deal to make sense. That's the purpose of the deal and the reason why we're going through. So, I'm just happy. I hope it works. I really do, because I really believe he will yield fruit. Lots of people are worried, but I'm less worried about Haaland than Lukaku.
I wanna go to RCBN, but before I do, I wanna welcome Boogeyman to the stream. Boogeyman, how you doing, my man?
Hey, I'm doing
Boogeyman,
good.
You good?
How's you all doing?
Yeah, we're doing good. I just want to say something to a guy in the back room, Pana Freak. I'm having issues bringing you into the stream. Every time you come in, there's a whole bunch of audio imbalance that comes with your with you in the stream. So please address the audio, and I'll try again in due course. Baggy, please move me off the screen. I'm not on. Okay, you're not on my screen. Yeah, DG, you're not on my screen. You're off. RCBN.
Yes,
Erling Haaland, very expensive, both as a transfer and as a contract.
Yes.
Where do you stand on him?
See, I agree with Bobby. As you touched upon as well, right? The fact that every so-called big club in England is making a big signing. Again, it's just not for the sake of it, but the fact is, if we don't sign Haaland, another club is definitely going to sign him, because I can't imagine him staying at Dortmund after Sancho leaves. I don't see any reason for him to stay another year. Dortmund is not going to win anything, and Lewandowski from Bayern Munich is not moving right away either, so he's not going to move to Bayern right away. So, in fact, I don't know who reported, but some of the reports were also saying that just before he left for the vacation, just before the summer, I believe he, in fact, told one of the reporters that, hey, let's see, it depends on how my vacation goes and things like that, which was very different to what he said just a couple of weeks ago. So there is certainly substance in all these reports that are coming out today and yesterday night, right? So definitely, yes, for Haaland, no two ways about it, because you're not getting Kane, you're not getting Lukaku. Lewandowski is not coming to England, so he was definitely one of the top 4 strikers sought after in the world. So you go for him. Of course, there is a value for money that you get back, return on investment, because in case if he doesn't do well, chances are less. But in case he turns out to be a Werner, just in case, we'll still get some amount of it back. But the huge problem comes in wages, and if we are not able to negotiate on the wages, Bobby is right. Like, we have to bump up the other wages, and what will that possibly affect? One is, yes, we have a lot of loan players, we can sell them, but who's going to buy in this market, right? So we cannot make do with that. So what it will affect? It will probably affect the defensive signings that we are yet to make, or we are planning to making on. So we'll probably not be signing any defender, nor any central midfielder, if in case we go for Haaland. Am I ready for it? I think yes, as long as there is parity in the team and others are also getting, maybe not same obviously, but somewhere close to the wages they are getting, because like we are going to play 60 games, so I don't see an issue of game time. I know Ziyech, wingers might have a problem if we change the formation, but that's down to the formation, not for the reason of signing Haaland, right? So I see that Haaland definitely fits in. He's a long-term option. Go for him without a shadow of a doubt.
Okay. I mean, in regards to Lukaku, I don't think he's. I think there is still chance that we might go for him if the Haaland deal doesn't go through. I mean, yes, he said he wants to stay. Yes, Inzaghi said he wants to have him with him next season. But I think Inter Milan are likely to sell if a good offer is made for him. And I think he will definitely be a plan B should plan A doesn't go through. Boogeyman plan A is Erling Haaland. Boogeyman plan A is Erling Haaland for around 150 million pounds, 170 million euros. Now, these are the figures that we're hearing. Also, something north of 300 and south of 1 million pounds a week salary. What's your thoughts on this, and how do you think this is really going to impact the team?
Hey, yeah, thanks. Listen, Haaland will be a good addition to Chelsea. Let's just put that on the side. It's a good problem for any coach to have Haaland. Whether Pulisic is sitting, whether Havertz is sitting on the bench, I think that's a good problem for any coach to have at this point. But my only concern is what will be Haaland wages. If we have young players, it's not really like they're all like Azpilicueta. That will be, he doesn't care how much Hazard was making. He doesn't care how much this guy was making. Let's just see Tammy Abraham situation. We know he refused to sign because of the contract that Callum has. We all know that. They're all young players, and they know how much they're running. They know how much they're giving on the field. So my suggestion is, I don't mind Haaland being signed £200 million. But if they can find a way, I'm pretty sure they probably figured it out already. If they can find a way to reduce his wages and put it in a transfer fee, and just when during the transfer fee, just pay the 200, 250 as a transfer fee. But Haaland wages should be in the limit of our other players. Like, I don't believe that Chelsea is a business. Nobody's going to bump up all the other players' wages. Just what about the financial fair play? They're not going to bump up anyone wages just to create more cost. They're not going to do it. No one do that. No one does stuff like that. So I'm just thinking, when I listen to all the panelists, they have to find a way to make sure Haaland wages stay within what the other are. And if they have to give a signing bonus to Haaland, they give it to him. That's simple as that. Other than that, I'm really happy that we are in Haaland, and I don't want Lukaku. You already know that. I don't want him at all. So I'm happy that we now back on Haaland, and Haaland is our main objective at this point. That's all I can say.
Actually, that's the most sensible solution I've heard all evening, about hiding his wages in the transfer fee as some sort of bonus. That will definitely be some sort of way around it. Because does that have to be disclosed? I don't think so.
No. I mean, it's how easy is it to do, especially with his, his agent and whatnot. But it's definitely something that it could be introduced, it could be looked at, and it might be the status quo moving forward for all these big signings, because it would make sense. So it's definitely a good idea. I want to welcome. Is it Rafael? How do you pronounce your name? Is it Rafael?
Yeah, Rafael. Yes.
Rafael, how are you? Welcome to the stream. How you doing, my friend? I'm good.
Yeah.
Listen, Rafael, I'm going to give you 5 minutes to tell me what you think about Erling Haaland coming to Chelsea. So go right ahead, mate. Tell me your thoughts and opinions about it.
Yeah, I think it's a very good decision. I like the striker. He knows how to score. Yeah, that's what I can say. Yeah.
What do you think? What do you think about the cost, his price, his wages? What's your opinion on that?
The price is very high, but according to our striking force, it's not good. For me, I can just go for the same striker. Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah. Rafael, where are you from? Where are you joining us from?
I'm from Zambia.
Zambia. Respect the Chelsea fans in Zambia. Respect.
Absolutely.
Rafael, you're welcome to stay. We're going to keep on discussing, and you jump in at any time and let us know your opinions about the discussion. So welcome to the panel, and whenever you have something you want to jump in with, go right ahead. Julius, it's been a while. How are you?
I'm good. How are you, bro?
I'm good. I've missed you, man. Haven't seen you for a few streams.
Yeah, man. It's been crazy at work.
All right. Well, hope things work out for you, and hope things work out for Chelsea in signing Erling Haaland. I'm guessing that you've seen all the news and you've read all the stories, right?
Yes, I'm hyped.
Tell me. Tell me what you think about his price tag that's been rumored, and also the contract situation that's been rumored. Well, what's your thoughts on this, mate?
I actually haven't read about what's going on about his contract. I do know that it's one of the hurdles that we have to come across and figure out, because it could cause issues within the squad. In terms of the price tag, I think £100 million plus Tammy Abraham would be absolutely worth it. If we can figure out how much we're gonna pay him, if we can figure out, maybe we can do it. We can even like the fee for his agent and him and Dortmund, maybe installments. We have to figure out something, I guess. And Marina is a master at this stuff. But you know what? If we wanna be ambitious, we wanna win leagues, we wanna maybe retain the Champions League, this is the player we need to buy. That's it. We can just buy Haaland this summer and we're good to go. We don't need anyone else, honestly. So it's a statement. Buying Haaland.
Yeah. No, I agree. Buying Haaland is a massive statement. And you know what? I want to see Chelsea buy Haaland at the beginning of this window. Get it over the line before the end of the year, the Euros. And that would make it a big statement, because then you're going to see other clubs starting to panic and starting to do impulse buys and starting to, they got one of the best strikers in the world. We need to get one of the best defenders in the world, one of the best goalkeepers in the world, and force them into, doing things that they wouldn't really be normally doing. Now, the flip side to that really is the Harry Kane situation, because you see, the thing is this. If Chelsea don't go for Haaland, and Man City do go for Harry Kane and do acquire Harry Kane, then Man City is going to be unbeatable next season in regards to the Premier League, because the amount of goals they're going to be scoring with Harry Kane. I mean, Harry Kane, he's scoring brilliant goals. He's making brilliant goals for an average, mediocre team. Imagine him playing in a half-decent team like Man City. He's going to score a lot more goals, and that worries me. Yeah, that worries me. That seriously worries me.
Just imagine Sterling Sterling replaced by Harry Kane in the Manchester City team. It's going to be crazy.
Unreal. And they're linked with Grealish too, which is madness.
Oh, yes.
Crazy. Like,
we have to act. Even even United, we cannot let City do this.
No, we have to get that.
I'm not too worried about. Sorry, Baggy. I'm not too worried about United signing Jadon Sancho. I'm not too worried.
Yeah.
I'm more worried about Manchester City getting Harry Kane. That is going to be wow. I mean, we'll see. Harry Kane may score like 45 goals next season if we go to Manchester United.
But you know what, Boogeyman? Even if we have a Harry Kane, I want to say this though. Not that I'm saying they're not gonna destroy the league and win it and whatever, but if our defense can play the same way they played in the Champions League final, Harry Kane or no Harry Kane won't make a difference. He will not have a single shot on target. But we know that we're not going to be consistent throughout the season, and that's going to be the issue.
Yeah.
So we have to match up with them with a Haaland. We have to.
What you say makes sense, but our game against Manchester City are not decisive. Like, we don't care about Manchester City. We beat them. We tied. Whatever happened with Manchester City is not the one that let us win the league or not. It is what we do with other clubs or what Manchester City is doing to the other games. It's going to be like scoring 6 goals, 7 goals. It's going to be crazy. They may not score on us, that's for sure, because we're pretty organized, pretty oil team. We defend 11 sometimes, and we attack 5 sometimes. So we're pretty good. It's not what Manchester City will do to us. It's what he's doing to the other teams. It's going to be crazy to watch. So we need to sign something. Like, we need to get Haaland in here.
Yeah. Before we continue talking about Haaland, I wanna bring in DJ Sav to address one topic, because DJ Sav's internet connection is not very good, so I don't want to lose him. So I want to address this topic before I lose him. And that topic is the goalkeeper situation, because next season we're going to have a problem with the African Cup of Nations and Mendy. So DJ Sav has been looking at alternatives and has been looking at potential signings that can assist us in our number 2, backup replacement, an alternative to Kepa for that period of time that Kepa is going to be away for the African Nations Cup. So DJ Sav, take it away, mate.
Yeah, what it was is with all this Haaland talk. I don't know if you guys had a chance to see this. It was just breaking briefly this morning. I was just having to go on it broke on Twitter that Chelsea apparently are looking at Areola as a number 2 to come in, because they're saying there's talks of Kepa's future is very uncertain. Obviously, we know Jamal Blackman and obviously Willy Caballero have obviously they've been released. They're going to be gone. And apparently the news was this morning, it was under all this Haaland situation, that they're in some kind of talks with Areola, possibility of coming in as a number 2. Apparently Tuchel knows him pretty well from his PSG days. He's literally spoken to the board about him, and Chelsea apparently are going to pursue him. How much of it is going to be true, I don't know, but that's what the news I saw that this morning, and hopefully we could have Areola as our number 2. And the other one I was going to say to you is, it looks like with all this thing with Haaland now, we're obviously going to look at cheap alternatives now, because I can't see us going all out. We're obviously going to be buying other players, and it looks like a move with Tchouaméni. It looks like that's almost wrapped up, that deal is, from what I understand as well. So those 2 possibilities could be coming in as well, guys. Just to let you guys know. You guys probably have known this anyway, but yeah, that was just the update.
All right, sweet. So I want to go back to something that Julia said, and listen, lads. The debate is open to everyone. Don't wait for me to cue you in. If you want to say something, go ahead and say it. But this is really going back to what Julia said, and it's Erling Haaland coming to Chelsea is a statement, and it's possibly the only transfer we need to make in this window. What do you guys think about that statement?
Yeah, like I said earlier, right? So with Erling Haaland coming at the wages and the fee that is going to come, even financially, I don't think we'll be able to sell enough to basically invest more. So I think that's a fair statement. Like he'll be the only person, but is he enough for the entire window? For the first team, yes, we'll probably end up like DJs have referred to, like Chouameni, who's not going to be starting all the games. People like that were probably going to come at maybe 20, 30 million. We could still afford, and I think that's a great kind of a window still, because don't forget we made like what 4, 5, 6 signings last season, right? And Ziyech is still not there yet in terms of basically having regular game time, getting a chance to prove in game out, right? So he is going to be like a new player. Werner is again going to have like a second season, which we are all hoping that he's going to have a better season. Havertz midway through the season was turned into a false nine, which I genuinely believe that he is going to be a second striker for the coming season. And I know, as a matter of fact, Tuchel has gone on record saying that he believes in his confidence. He's really seen him confident. That's something that we have lacked in the upfront, of the pitch. So I think I see all bases covered. Yes, defensive midfield is the only concern, with Jorginho being like the first change. But if Chouameni is able to kind of step up to the plate, I think he's probably a better signing than Rice, and we'll end up with just Chouameni and maybe Haaland. I think that's great. And goalkeeper, because Waggy, you already spoke about it. I think Chelsea is ready to have Kepa as a number 2, even if I know that African Cup of Nations is there and Mendy will not be available. So I don't see a real need unless we are pressed for the financials, the financial fair play as we are speaking. Like I certainly don't believe that there's one, because otherwise Man City would have got a long ban. They did not. So I don't see that happening. But I think they are ready. They don't want to kind of get into the same situation what they were a few years ago, when they were just forced to buy Kepa. So that's why they're having these extensions for Giroud, and maybe having Kepa first and selling them only if we get like a cheap available option. So I think Haaland only is yes for me.
Haaland only doesn't solve the problem with the goalkeeper though.
No, but Kepa is understand Kepa's. I know that we all, me included, I did not like Kepa, and I used to criticize him all the while, right? But if you see this season, I understand the Tielemans goal in the FA Cup final, but he's still done better. His shot.
But just so I understand you, you're saying that Kepa should stay?
I don't mind Kepa staying. Yes, I don't mind Kepa staying.
Whether Kepa stays or goes, we're still going to need another goalkeeper.
Yeah,
that's Jamie Cummings.
Well,
third goalkeeper. Sorry,
I don't know if the club will go with that, to be honest. And I haven't heard the Areola story, but if it's on the table, that sounds more likely than us promoting Jamie Cummings. Definitely. Midfield is another area that we will have to strengthen. I believe that Haaland will be our only marquee signing, which may have impact on our interest on Declan Rice. But we will definitely need to get another midfielder for sure. And also, if we do the deal for Haaland, it might reflect on all this talk about a defender, which I don't think is necessary anyway. So, yeah, I mean, that's just it.
Bobby, I want to cut you off for a second. You see, the thing is this. Chelsea have a budget, I would say just south of 300 million to spend in this window. And I'm basing that on what we've achieved in regards to the Champions League, and in regards to what we can expect from sales, because we are going to be selling players. We are going to be what's the word here? Generating revenue from other avenues, especially this season with fans coming back into the grounds. I think a budget of just south of 300 million is quite possible. Now, if we do have that budget, and even if we were to go for Erling Haaland and get him, in my opinion, if we were going to buy Erling Haaland, we're probably going to end up paying around 120 million, because I think their asking price of 154 million is a little bit steep, and there's room for negotiation. I think we'll probably end up paying 120 million, and I think we'll probably end up, giving him a boosted wage package, which will also impact on other transfer targets. So I'm thinking, we will be able to get in one or two more decent targets in this window, and I'm thinking a goalkeeper and maybe a midfielder, maybe even a defender, is a possibility. And lads, I do believe that the defensive avenue will start to pick up pace over the next few days, next few weeks. And I'm looking in particular at Rafael Varane. I think we're going to see that story, picking up pace in the near future, because I think Chelsea do want to improve their defense in regards to having that flexibility to play forward at the back. So I'm quite positive that Erling Haaland, yes, he would be a marquee signing. Yes, he would be a big player for us to attract into the club. And yes, he's going to cost us an arm and a leg, but he won't be the only player that will be getting in this season. And I just want to open that to you lot to discuss.
I think if I could respond, Baggy.
Sure, Bobby.
I think you're right. I do believe you're probably right about Varane as well, although I don't think defense is an area we need. I think because of the profile of player he is, we'll probably end up seeing him at Chelsea. But the thing of greatest interest here is that what Chelsea's doing by moving for Haaland is actually supported by nearly all of the top clubs in European football. They want this deal to happen, just as much as they probably want Man City to get Harry Kane, because it opens up the market. Once big money is spent, then more money will be spent, if you know what I mean. And that's what will help to move players around the clubs and start to alleviate some of the problems that a lot of these clubs in Europe are having. I don't think, for example, Inter Milan will hang on to Lukaku. I really don't. And because of the silly statement he made, they could have a problem selling him, because unless the market is made fluid by big deals like Haaland to Chelsea, Sancho to Man United, and so on and so forth, nothing will really happen in the Lukaku area. He's not first choice for us, that's for sure. And I'm not really sure any other teams that can afford him will really fancy him so much. Maybe Man City, I don't know, but somehow I doubt it. So I really accept what you're saying, Baggy, and indeed what Jules said, that the purchase of Erling Haaland by Chelsea is an enormous statement. It is huge. And if the club get that deal done before the start or the end of the Euros, boy, it's not only big for us, but it will trigger the movement of money in European football. No end.
You see, the fact that Chelsea do such a transfer, it's gonna have a massive impact on the league, a massive impact on English football, a massive impact on world football, because this is something that shows intent. This team just won the Champions League, and they're showing intent that they want to continue. They want to be a powerhouse. And I don't want to read too much into the EH thing, where we signed Eden Hazard just after the last Champions League victory, and now we're signing Erling Haaland just after the second Champions League victory. But there is a similarity in regards to the situation we're in and where we want to be. And I think that Chelsea will go for this marquee signing, this massive marquee signing, and it's only going to improve the quality of the Premier League, having a player of this caliber playing for Chelsea. And you know what? I think both Havertz and Timo Werner will step up a gear, having Erling Haaland with them, and maybe even Pulisic, because coming from a similar background in the Bundesliga, maybe they are able to gel and to connect together on a different level. That could see could see Tuchel have an easier time managing. Him being of a German background and a Bundesliga background.
What you just say is, I think, is the key, because imagine have like, okay, no Mount, Havertz and Timo with Haaland playing one game at the front three, and then Haaland scored 2 or 3 goals. At least it will keep pressure off Timo's
Werner.
So
Sure.
we may see the best of Timo at that time, because he say like, okay, we have someone that can score goals, so I don't have to do all those run and all those non-time run in the box. I just have to run and give it to someone or position myself properly. He might have time to work on his positioning. He might have time to work on not being too much offside. He might have time to work on all other stuff than always trying to score goals. So maybe we may end up seeing the good of Timo. Coming to Pulisic. Pulisic also has that weight on his shoulder that he feels like he has to score all the time, and he always rush last minute. Most of the time, he always. So maybe with Haaland, we may see exactly like what you just said, the best of Pulisic, Timo, Havertz. Whether Haaland come or not, I think we're going to see something about the best of Havertz. Like, he's just a genius. Like, there's nobody. I don't think he need Haaland to show who he is. So that was the key. I think that's the key thing. If we have someone scoring goal, we may see the best of all those two, like especially Timo and Pulisic. I think those two will enjoy that a lot, or will profit from that. When it comes to the goalie situation, and quick, I don't want Chelsea to sign any goalkeeper. Jamie Cunning should just come to the team and be the second to Kepa. I think that we have not promoted any younger keeper from our academy, and I think last or 2 seasons ago he was pretty good. I think he played 1 game for us or something. He was really good also. So I just think he deserves to be here, and he's tall enough, and he has all the quality. During the training session that I watched, he seemed to be really good. I think we should just promote that kid also, because now for me, I don't want us to sign any other keeper. So all the resources should be put on Haaland coming to Chelsea. And Julius comment that Haaland will be pretty much all we need. I agree with that 100%. I keep saying we don't score goal. That's our main problem. That's all we need. We need to bring someone that can put the ball in the net, and just the 10 other players, let them do what they did this season, and we just know we need a striker. That's it. The midfield, I have no concern. We have Bill Gilmore coming in. In the worst case scenario, sometime when we have 2 goals up and then we try to protect the goal, we push Zuma in the middle. Mourinho has done that before, and it works okay. So, and again, and I forgot his kid name. Something salt. I think Bobby may help me with this one. Clark Salt.
You mean Tino Andrew?
No. He's the
Jake Clark-Salter. Yeah, Jake Clark-Salter, right? The left centre back.
Yeah.
He's also there. We all have forgotten. That's right.
Yeah, back in the day, I think 3 years or 4 years ago, he was doing our preseason. He has so much class, and I was just like, is that really a kid from an academy or new signing back then? So I don't know what he is, but people seem to forget about him quick because he has a lot of class, and I think maybe that's something they should look at, like as a backup to Christensen or if Thiago leave.
I just want to cut you off for a second, Boogeyman.
Go ahead.
RCBN, did he check the tweet? Is there anything from Fabrizio Romano?
Yes, mate. So basically, it says Fabio Paratici. I don't know how to pronounce that. He's basically a former Italian. He will start a new challenge as new Tottenham director of football. That's what the latest tweet says from Fabrizio. Getting a director of football, I don't know, that possibly means Daniel Levy is probably going to give away some responsibility, and finally Tottenham behave like a club. That's what it seems like to me. I don't know. What do you guys think?
DJ,
No, there is a tweet from. So there is a tweet from Fabrizio, but people are saying it's a fake. It's a fake one. I don't know if it is regarding Erling Haaland. Is that what you guys are talking about? Is that what Pan Africa's talking about? It's just basically
that's what Pan Africa's talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, it's basically saying that Chelsea have they've agreed. Apparently, the wage demands that they've accepted the wages for. It's going to be £300,000 a week, and apparently it's going to be less than 170 million for him. But I don't know how much of that is true because I'm reading people go out saying it's a fake. So I don't know if it's actually the real Fabrizio Romanos. I think it might be a fake one. I think.
Yes, actually, DJ Sir, you're right, because I'm just going over Fabricio's official Twitter account. I don't see any tweets and replies there.
Yeah, but I think it's a fake one.
But,
Okay.
All right. Yeah. I wanted to
go ahead, Raphael. Go ahead.
Yeah, I wanted to say that Haaland will be a very best striker for Chelsea because, as you can see, well, this season we didn't have any top scorer to our club. But this next season we need a top scorer. So that even us, we can be counted. We can have a player of the season. That's what I can say. And for the goalkeepers, I think for the goalkeeper, we are safe. Edward Mendy is just okay, but we need an assistant. Yeah.
Yeah, and in regards to Edward Mendy, to be honest, it's more of the African Cup of Nations that I'm concerned about. Because, we're going to have a gap in games where he ain't going to be in the club, and we're not going to have somebody of the caliber of Mendy between the sticks, and that could cause us a problem for our title challenge and even our Champions League campaign, depending on where it falls. In regards to goal conversions, I mean, this is a problem we've had for 3 seasons really. Ever since Costa kind of had an issue with Conte, we've really had a problem with a finisher. And I think a player of Erling Haaland's capability is definitely someone we should be looking at. I'm getting some feedback from someone. Can you guys please put your mics on? Essentially you, Raphael. So put you on mute for a second. Yeah, that's better. Getting somebody to convert the chances is definitely someone that we need to be looking at. And I think price, money should not be an obstacle for this particular position, because this is where the matches are won. This is where the games are done. And, the amount of chances we're creating per game. I mean, let's not look at how many chances we're creating. Let's look at how many chances are being missed by our strikers. Okay, how many games have finished where we could have won 6-7-0 and we win 1-0 or we draw 0-0 because we weren't able to convert those chances. This is what Erling Haaland is going to do for us, and this you can't really put a price on. I know what Boogeyman said in respect to the hiding the salary and the contract might be something that should be looked at, and I think Chelsea will definitely need to address that either in that particular way, or they need to bump up the contracts of some of their more productive players. I would say, players like your Mason Mounts, your Havertz, your Reece James, your Mendy, your Kante, your Kovačić, players of that caliber may also demand, and rightfully so, a bump in pay should Erling Haaland get that massive contract.
Okay, you were just talking about the goalkeeping situation again. Listen, the reason why I think it's important because the tournament that we need to be winning is actually the time when Mendy is not going to be there, and that's the World Club Tournament, and that's apparently when Mendy
is that at the same time.
That's why we need to.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why we need to get a goalkeeper in.
Crucial.
I certainly don't trust Kepa between the sheets for those games. That's 100% certain.
Between the sheets. Between the sticks.
Sticks, bro. Sorry, it's my thing, mate. Sorry, it's my stick.
Yeah. Connection. Yeah.
And that's why we need to get a goalkeeper. And just on one other thing, both Kai Havertz and Timo Werner scored tonight, by the way.
Yeah, Timo Werner off the bench, correct?
Yeah, that's right. And they won 7-1.
Yeah. 7-1?
Because Germany was winning already.
7-1.
Against
You didn't
Latvia,
say
right?
that. That's boogeyman. Yeah, they were winning, but he still came on scored.
That's actually true. Like, he scored at least, but I think he scored because Germany was already winning. So listen, I love Timo Werner. I'm from Germany, so I love Timo Werner, but I know he's just not relaxed. We need someone to score goals, like I said.
Boogeyman, sorry to interrupt you, but I've got a whole bunch of people in the chat right now. I've got 116 people in the chat.
Wow.
Now I know some of you guys are not subscribed to Bagger TV. So if you haven't subscribed, I beg you subscribe to Bagger TV. It would mean a ton to me. And if you haven't liked that video, 112 of you could like this video right now, and it would be fantastic.
Smash the like button now.
Listen, lads, I'm going to show you a clip. I'm going to show you the clip. We saw this already, but I want to show it to you again. And this is what Jan Voitov said in regards to Erling Haaland. So for those of you who haven't seen it already, I'll show it to you one more time. So here it is.
Is there any chance that an English club like Manchester City or Chelsea, Jan, could get their hands on Haaland this summer?
Oh, this is a good one because there are developing things going on there. 10 days ago, or before the Champions League final, I had an interview with him and he said, I will respect my contract and I expect him to stay in Dortmund. But there could be things moving on because maybe one of those clubs have serious ideas to get a new number 9.
Well, which one then, Jan?
Both, as we see them. But let's put it this way. I was in Porto, and so was Chelsea. So we'll see what happening. There could be developing coming up, but I just have to have it 100% confirmed. But they need a striker, both of them, and they have the money. And then we'll see how keen Dortmund will be on money coming up this summer.
Yeah. The more I see it, the more I believe, this is going to happen quite soonish. Lads, from what we've heard so far, do you think that an announcement would be made quite early? Do you think the club will start to acknowledge the interest as we did with Kai Havertz? Because Kai Havertz wasn't announced until the final. 1 second. Yeah, Kai Havertz wasn't announced until the final few days before it was actually made official. So, do you think that this is going to drag on like the Kai Havertz scenario, where we're going to have 2, 3, 4 weeks, 6 weeks before we get some sort of confirmation from the club that yes, we are interested in this man? Like Petr Cech would say, we're talking, we're thinking, When do you think we'll start to get some concrete facts, some concrete statements from Chelsea Football Club in respect to Erling Haaland?
Chelsea as a rule, they never discuss transfers, and Chelsea will say nothing until the deal is done. They would allow other people to do a load of talking, speculating, but the club will absolutely say nothing until the deal is done. No two deals, no two scenarios are the same. This could be done tomorrow, or it could be done in August. It's really, it's really something that's out of our control. But definitely, the club is not going to say anything until it's concluded.
Yes, I feel that we're going to definitely wait till the end of the Euros. That's what I personally feel. The reason being that Haaland's transfer will not be as simple because of the wages. For them to even announce, first of all, even to sign with those wages for all the parties to come into agreement so early, I don't see it practically happening. But even if, say, for example, Haaland is free and basically he's agreed, his agents have agreed, Chelsea has agreed, still, I think Chelsea would want to make sure to speak to a few players regarding the wages. I'm sure, I know Boogeyman said that it's not possible to change. Yes, it's not possible to change the wages for everyone, but I genuinely feel that there will be a correction made in case we sign Haaland. That's what we are going for. So those kind of processes take a couple weeks, and with the Euros right now, and everyone kind of being there. I think we have 17 or 18 players out there for the Euros. So I see it happening, announcement happening only after the Euros. Anyway, we are not going to train before while during the Euros, right? So might as well announce it later. Yes, of course, as a Chelsea fan, I would love to hear it like tomorrow or even tonight, but it's not going to happen. Havertz, where we kind of knew it was very, very strongly, we kind of had the inclination is going to happen. That still took so much time. Like I remember kind of literally checking my tweets every hour for 2 weeks together, right? So I don't see it as simple as what it may be to some of them, but I see it happening nevertheless.
Yeah, I agree with what you just said. And the other thing is from Dortmund perspective. Imagine this, we know for sure, let's say 70% that Santos is gone, or Santos is going to Manchester United. So for Dortmund to allow Haaland to be announced before the Euro, it might just create like some sort of it might create some panic within the fans. So I think just because they have two high-profile players that may leave the club, they will try to hold on to that at least till after the Euro, before the Euro, before the. I mean, let's say if we say Sancho's deal is already done, so I'm pretty sure they will hold on to Haaland one at least after the Euro. I think that's the one reason why the journalist doesn't want to say too much, also because he is from Germany. He knows a little about the news, or he knows how the fans. How much the fan in Germany, for example, especially Dortmund, the fan own majority of the team. So you don't want to upset the fan by just saying, okay, Haaland is gone, Sanchez is gone. You want to keep them around, the subscribing and all those things. So I think just based on that, they will hold up a little bit onto Haaland.
Let me throw a spanner. Let me throw a spanner in the works. Jan Ark Voitov is a friend of Haaland's dad, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, Haaland apparently isn't happy to stay for another season at Borussia Dortmund.
He doesn't mind.
He's not very happy about it. Let's just say it that way. He's not very happy about it because he could leave now and he could play for the champions of Europe. Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, would it make sense for Jan? And I'm talking about the journalist, not the YouTuber, for Yang to actually say, there is talks, there is this, there is that. I can't really confirm it. I can't really speculate. I can't really say this, but there is something in the works. Just to get this thing rolling, just to get Chelsea maybe to, re-evaluate their stance on the lad and maybe put in that offer. Do you think that this could be a bit of marketing tactics by the Haaland family?
No. There is truth to it, and don't forget, Jan is Norwegian as well.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying it, because I think he's close to, the Haaland family.
Yeah, but I don't think it's like Matt Lapp and Simon Johnson. I think both confirmed it. Like all the tier 1 journalists confirmed that there is something going on behind the scenes. Chelsea are very quiet. What's going to happen? I'll tell you what's going to happen. Like last year, this is going to die down for a bit. Euro's going to come. People are going to get busy and going to forget about it. Right after the Euro, it's going to hit hard again. And then we will technically get the vibes of that the deal is almost done. It's going to drag for like couple of weeks. And then last week or two of the transfer window, we're going to announce it. That's what's going to happen.
Yeah. I wanna address this comment. This comment is by Joe Staff. Joe Staff, thanks for the comment, mate. Do you guys think that Kante stands a chance of the Ballon d'Or? What do you guys think?
He should win it.
Yeah.
No. He should win it is one thing. Listen. We're not discussing whether he deserves it. We all believe he deserves it. We all think he deserves it. But do you think that they will give it to him?
Yeah, that's a big question, right? Because I think if you all noticed the UEFA squad of the season, I was so surprised to see Messi in, like just putting it out there. I know there are 23 players in the squad, but probably this was one of the worst seasons that Messi had. Like that clearly shows their inclination towards not only the Spanish players, but also the attackers. and that's always been like when it comes to FIFA and UEFA, right? As in, having said that, like I think Kante yesterday was interviewed by someone, and he actually said, okay, there are still 6 months to go. That there is no need to talk about it right now. So at the back of his mind, I was surprised to hear that from Kante, because he is not the kind who actually even responds to such a question, right? So I feel that he probably, probably is having that ambition, and you can clearly see the last 4 knockouts that he played for us was absolutely fantastic. So it will come down to basically France winning the Euros. Even if he, I think, attends reaches the final, I sincerely believe that yes, I think Kante will be taken into consideration. The pure fact that compared to say other midfielders in the past, like we've had Snyder and even for that matter wingers like Robin, but Kante is loved by everyone. So I think if France wins or reaches the final, I think the say around the world will be so much that I think probably FIFA and UEFA will be forced to kind of consider that. But say, for example, say Portugal wins it, right? I won't be surprised even Ronaldo for the season he had, winning it again. So that's the thing. It probably depends on how the attackers do in the Euros. Otherwise, it is Kante's.
Yeah, I think other than Kante, Lewandowski is the second name on like that. I will think the two that will be going for the Ballon d'Or. So like SC Blanc said, if Kante has a good France does not need to win it. Semi-final, Kante, best player. He will take it. And the other thing is, Ballon d'Or was created by France Football. Kante is from France, so politics helping, he will take it. And the good thing about all we panelists here, we all Chelsea fans. Of course, we biased to Kante, but every time you heard Rooney, all those attacker talk, they say like, yo, Kante deserve this Ballon d'Or. Rooney said that last time, that he is a combination of Yaya Toure and Makelele. Like that's Rooney saying stuff like that. And you heard other people just say like, okay, that position, in fact, in 2 or 3 years, when he retired, people are going to be like, okay, that's his Kante position or Kante way of playing. Can you play like Kante? It's not going to be like, can you be the next Makelele? It's going to, can you be the next Kante? So why don't we someone like that? That is pretty much a legend. It's not even because he played for Chelsea. He brought so much to the football in general, and by how humble he is and how shy he is. I mean, the guy is so shy that you feel like he keeps a lot of frustration inside, and he always blow up on the field. That's how good the guy. Like we want to see Kante aggressive. I don't know if he talk at home to his wife either. But on the field, he's a different monster. He's a monster. Like that ball, that cross that he jumped between Sterling and the other guy. He's amazing. He's amazing. He deserves it. That's all I can say. At this point, he has to win it. Whether France end up winning the Euro or not, he has to win it. Other than that, Lewandowski, because he broke a Gerd Müller record in Germany, so everybody talking, that is amazing record he just broke. That's I don't know, but I think Kante deserves it. As far as I'm concerned, and as far as all the journalists around are concerned, I think Kante is on the way to take that one. He's the best midfielder on earth at this point.
You know, there is a huge impact on Chelsea Football Club for a Chelsea player to win a Ballon d'Or. This is very important for the club as well. It's never happened before.
The opportunity for Kante to win the Ballon d'Or.
Yes, I think we had Gullit, who was a Ballon d'Or winner, who played for us, who just signed, I think, after a couple of years that he won the Ballon d'Or.
He didn't win it with us, though.
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah. I want to hear from Bobby. Bobby's been quiet for a little bit. Bobby, you're still awake? You're asleep? What's the situation, Bobby?
Sorry, I was a little bit distracted by a few things. So I lost some of the conversation. Just picked you up at the end.
Can't say Ballon d'Or.
Oh, for sure. I just before I popped away for a little bit, I was thinking about this team that we've got at Chelsea and our manager. And honestly, if you are if you're not excited at the potential of this team, you may not know that much about football. This team is incredible. If only we can keep together, keep faith with this team, and add to it like we're trying to with Haaland. This is indeed going to be that dynasty that we've always craved, certainly since Abramovic has been around. So looking at individual players, we have them in abundance. And just to think, we actually do have a player that does deserve a Ballon d'Or at our club. That's amazing.
Yeah. I'm just trying to imagine our lineup for next season with the likes of Varane and Haaland, Havertz, Werner, Ziyech, Mount, Mendy, Chilwell.
Donnarumma has a possibility too.
Yeah. You reminded me of Donnarumma. I was going to talk about that and I totally forgot about it. Listen, is Donnarumma still managed by, what's his name? Minola? Well, Viola. Is he still managed by him?
I think
he is, isn't he?
Yeah.
I mean, I think it would be easy for Chelsea to convince the man, with the Haaland situation being there. I think Donnarumma could definitely be an option for Chelsea next season. And guys, we are graced by the presence of Alex CFC once again.
Wow.
Where have you been? Where have you been, Alex?
Taking a break, man. I've been taking a break.
Welcome to the stream, Alex. How are you?
I'm good. So I've been on, man, for a while. I just finished uni and life has been crazy, man. Been going this part, going this place, this place. I bet you, mate. Family,
listen, Alex,
the weather's been nice here, so I've been going out all day, like in the evenings.
You promised to send us some of the Champions League celebrations, man. Because I know you went down there, man. But you didn't send me nothing. Nothing, man.
Well, that night I didn't sleep. I did not sleep. I was around. I was in close to. I don't know if you know where it's Battersea Park. I was around there. I took a bike. I had, I don't know if this is 18 plus, but yeah, I had a bit of alcohol. So I was on a bike on a high street in traffic with cars on a bike on one of those Barclays bikes. So that was a bit crazy. And then went Stamford Bridge. I was there until 6 a.m. I didn't get any sleep. And then obviously when the day came, I wasn't tired. So I rewatched the game over 100 times, just rewatching the videos, and taking in the moment and everything. And then I slept for like 12 hours the next day. So crazy night. And but look, wow.
Alex,
what performance?
Listen, Alex, this is our last cup, the Champions League. We are looking to replicate that next season with, other trophies that we'll be looking at next season. World Club Cup, Super Cup, etc. Erling Haaland will be the key to success for Chelsea next season. Erling Haaland is an expensive player. Erling Haaland comes with an expensive contract. That's what we've been talking about and discussing in the stream. So I want to hear your thoughts and opinions on his contract, potential contract, and potential transfer fee. What's your stance on it?
Well, if people say, it's too much this, too much that money, I don't care. It's not my money. This is Abramovich. If Abramovich is gonna go and get a player, this guy spent over 100 million on a painting. He spent 400 million on his yacht, on his own yacht. Money's not the problem. Like, I don't care how much money. It's not my money. So go and spend how much money you want to get him. But a Haaland, man, if you get Haaland, man, we can go and retain the title. If we get another sandbag, we get a good CDM, we can retain the Champions League if we get Haaland. And the thing is with me with Haaland, like, I just love him because I think he's that player who's got he's an alien. He's not human. He's not human. The stature that he is of 20 years old. And the thing is with him, I think he's he's got this. I think he will have this. He will have the same mentality. This is big for me from saying this, but he will have the same mentality as Ronaldo, because I think what Haaland will do is that even if he came to Chelsea and the first 4 games he didn't do that well, he will be strong enough mentality to go, okay, I haven't been performing. I'm gonna go and practice. I'm gonna go and improve. And the thing is, his mentality is strong. We've seen that through, and his attitude. He's that kind of. He's got that cockiness about him, and he just you can tell that he's going to be one of those players people are going to hate to play against. And yeah, with the links and everything to do with money and Raiola, look, I think Dortmund and Raiola. I think Raiola, I guess it could be a problem, which I've seen today and yesterday. People have been talking about it, but look, and people worrying about Dortmund. And Sancho, if Sancho's going to leave, then why would Haaland leave? But look, if you're not going to if Chelsea go to the club owners and show them in cash, and they say, look, we're going to give 150 million to Haaland, and they've been in a pandemic, and they're going to take, if Sancho leaves also, 240 million, you're not going to turn that down, no matter what. And even if they go, there's upcoming good players at Dortmund who will go up in the first team, and they're linked to 2 good players. I think one guy from Austria, and the whole model of their club. Okay, I don't like saying that they are selling club, but the whole model of their club is always to kind of retain there in the Champions League. And if they bring 1 or 2 other players in, like, it's not like, yes, giving Haaland away, it's going to be a huge. Like, it's going to have a huge impact on their team, but I think they can still get another 2-3 players that can get, the goals and to get them top 4. So, and I guess the other thing would be is that next year he's going to be for cheaper, and would Dortmund want that? However, looking at the negative side is Raiola. He would think next season. He's going to think, next season, I would love a bidding war. And the players' wages will go, the agents' fees will probably go up. So it's going to be interesting, because I think we all know Raiola loves to play games, and he's going to be, he's really close to his father also. So I think he's not going to get as much of an advantage that he's had with Pogba, maybe. I think his father also, him and his father are really close. So I think his father still would want to see where with Haaland, where it would be best for Haaland. But look, besides all of that, it's still very soon. But we are linked to him, and if Abramovic wants to go and get what he wants, he usually does get what he wants, and he's a missing link. Like, that's why Chelsea are desperate. Chelsea are a desperate club, and when Abramovic is desperate and then Chelsea is desperate, we're dangerous when it comes to that. So, and we have the money for it. We have the money for it.
Yeah. This is a question for Bobby, for Boogeyman. Boogeyman, I wanted to address this question and take into account what Alex just said in regards to Abramovic being desperate for this transfer. The question addresses Marina, but I want to add Abramovic to the question. And I personally believe that Abramovic is playing a role in regards to the acquisition of Erling Haaland.
For sure.
This question is for you. This question is for you, Boogeyman. So let me know your opinion, and I'll also let Bobby come in after you.
I think Alex has said pretty much everything. I would like to add something to Alex. Dortmund will not be too much in a big problem if they sell Haaland, because they have one top young talent, Youssoufa Moukoko, that they'll be trying to put into the lineup for a few months now. I mean, he's injured right now, but everybody in Dortmund thinks that he has a lot of accuracy, and he's a really good talent. So it will not be a problem to let Haaland go as long as the money is there. And like Baggy add quickly, is when Roman wants something or desperate, he's willing to pay. He will pay for it. That's not a problem. But it's when Haaland's signing will be announced. So it will be probably after the Euro. And I think Julius also said the same thing. When it comes to Raiola is a difficult agent. We all know that. He always think about his pocket. He is really a top negotiator. So getting along with Marina is a good thing for us. especially that Haaland is on the market, and also Donnarumma is on the market as a free agent. I don't know. I'm not saying that we have to go for Donnarumma because for me, we should promote. We should get Jamie Cunning, the younger Chelsea goalkeeper. We should promote him up, and maybe he doesn't have enough experience to keep Chelsea through the December and January month during the African Cup of Nations. Maybe he's not ready, but me, that's a risk I'm willing to take if we have Haaland in front scoring goals. I don't mind that. So that will be my take on that subject. Haaland is difficult, but again, he has the best striker right now in his hand. So we have to kind of, I think, we have to rob him in the right way to get Haaland away from Haaland, and if possibility, we're looking for a good quality goalkeeper. We also have Donnarumma available, and he will be a free agent. It's really important also.
I want to bring in Bobby. Bobby, listen, Bobby. How much of an influence is the need that Abramovic has to acquire Haaland going to have on Marina Granovkaia's opportunity or ability to negotiate with Borussia Dortmund? Firstly, the signing on fee, the transfer price, and then with Mino Raiola in regards to the contract for Erling Haaland. I want to hear your thoughts on this particular area of the matter.
Yeah, I mean, the way I look at it and how I believe Roman operates is he's very clever in his management of his employees in his club. He clearly, I do 100% believe he wants Haaland. It is obvious that is very much a missing link in Chelsea's jigsaw. And what Roman does is he makes the funds available. He will tell his team of people that do dealings like Marina and so on, and he will say, "Look, I have budget such and such an amount. Go for Haaland, and give me feedback as to what they say." Now, if they say, "Oh, look, 100 million isn't enough. We want 110," and Marina can't get them to 100 million, she goes back to her boss and she tells them, "Look, they want 110. Do we go for it?" And he's either yes or no. It could get to the point where he'll be right. Give me the phone. Let me call the chairman of Dortmund and we'll have a chat. I'll invite him over to my yacht over lunch and we'll see what we can sort out. Once he's there, it's a huge plus to pushing a deal through, because as a deal maker, he can extend opportunities to people that we don't even know about that would tempt them to want to be on his right side. So it's looking good. The more I think of this deal, the more I think it's quite likely. It really is likely. I mean, I'm hearing it's done already, but I don't know. There's as I've said, Chelsea will not confirm it until it's really done. Ink has been put to paper. But I'm hearing it's done, and the issue that is the issue is the matter of the wages. How true that is, well, read into that what you will, but nobody seems to deny it. None of the usual suspects on social media.
But Bobby, please give me more information. Make me happy, bro. Where did you hear?
I wish I could. I mean, I'm just saying what everybody else is saying. I know what everyone else knows.
I'm gonna put this out there. Yeah, Bobby Smoke Signals is one of my key researchers. He's always giving me. No, I'm serious. Bobby and DJ Sam, both of these men, they're always hitting me up with stories and reports. I really appreciate that.
I concur. Yeah, those Bobby DJ Sam. The third one, the one he's not here today. I forgot his name.
DJ, how do you do it? Bobby, how do you do it? Please let us know.
No, the other Bula.
Who?
Bula or what?
Button ballers. Button ballers, Max.
Better ballers. Yeah, Max.
Those
Yeah.
three should always be.
Yeah. Kachila, how you doing, mate?
I'm doing well. I can't complain. You missed my stream, man. I was looking out for you. I didn't see you. I didn't see Alex too, even though I sent you guys private messages.
I didn't miss it. I was there watching it.
I was out with my girlfriend, man. I was out with my girlfriend for dinner, man.
I apologize.
Oh, okay, your girlfriend first. Priority.
I was watching it. It was a good stream. It was a good stream. Good conversation.
It's a good.
You covered some of the old school strikers and their contracts and their transfers.
It was great. Bobby was there. DJ Saab was there, providing us with information and update from the German game when Havertz scored. He let us know. So big up DJ and Bobby. Thank you guys. I appreciate it.
Kachila,
yes.
Kachila, I want to ask you this question from a different angle.
Yes.
In regards to the transfer fee, now we know Marina Granovkaia always likes to try to get the best deal for Chelsea. Now we know that Borussia Dortmund have been quite stubborn in regards to their asking price, and they don't really budge too much on their asking price. Then there may be a little bit of room. I get the sense that they're going to be quite apprehensive in regards to how much flexibility they have. I can't see them agreeing to bonuses and to installments should certain targets be met, etc., etc. I think it's more going to be in the area of a big bulk free. Now, could you see that a player exchange could be part of this deal? Do you think Marina Granovkaia would be able to work a few players in? And if she does, who would those players be in your opinion? So I want to hear your point of view from that kind of angle.
Oof, that's a very difficult one to answer. But the truth is, I wouldn't want to mess with the team bond at this point. Usually it can settle quite a lot of things, even removing one single player from that group that won the Champions League. And I don't see who you can say didn't contribute one way or the other, except for the likes of Giroud, who we know his career it's practically come to an end. So who else there? Hakim Ziyech, no, we know he's got it in here. He just needs time to adapt properly, to be properly integrated in the team and also adapt to the Premier League. Who else? Callum Hudson-Odoi, no, we know he's such a huge talent and he's an academy product. So I don't see any player being part of the deal. If anybody, I would say Tammy Abraham.
No, I'm going to name you a couple.
Yes.
Marcus Alonso, Emerson Palmieri, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, Ross Barkley, maybe Zuma, Christensen. I mean, there is a few that could be, who are on the fringes of the team, who are out alone. Bash White. I mean, I know Bash White had a good spell in Borussia Dortmund.
He had his stint there, yeah.
Yeah, Kennedy, good shout. Kennedy's a good shout.
Yeah, from that list, go ahead. From that list you just called, but again, we can't really say too much about what's his name, Marcos Alonso leaving the club, or even Emerson Palmieri, until it all depends on what Tuchel wants. He may have seen more of those. That is, he sees these guys every day on the training pitch, so he's the one to decide whether he wants Emerson to stay or Marcos Alonso to stay. He's used Marcos Alonso effectively, so I don't even want to go there. I will look at players such as those on loan, Kennedy and the others, and Batshuayi, who's also been on loan to Dortmund. Maybe they will decide, okay, maybe we can just pick him up. He will be a squad player for us or something like that. But honestly, when you asked this question, I did tell you that it's a difficult one to answer. But the truth is, I wouldn't want to mess with the team bond at this point, at this moment in time. And if you look at the whole player in this current squad, you can think of one way or the other that each of them has contributed to what we achieved so far, what we've achieved in the just concluded season.
Yeah. No, it's definitely an interesting one. The Erling Haaland situation is definitely an interesting one, and it's going to develop in the same speed, same breadth, same consistency or lack of, as we saw with the Kai Havertz situation last season. Last season, we were.
I must let you know, I'm even surprised you added Christensen to that list. I don't know why, but for some reason you added Christensen. You just asking me a question.
No. In regards to that list, it's not players who I would sell. It's players who could be sold to generate funds, could be sold to negotiate. I mean, if you want to get Erling Haaland and you want to tempt Borussia Dortmund in the transfer, you're not going to offer them, players who are not good enough to play for Chelsea, but players who are good enough to play for Chelsea, players who Borussia Dortmund would be interested in acquiring in order to reduce that price. If I was to offer Borussia Dortmund Malang Sarr, they would reduce maybe a few million. If I was to offer them Christensen, it'll probably be 20, 30 million off the price. So the price would be reduced greatly. Listen, lads, I'm about to conclude the stream. I have a few guys in the back area. I apologize. I'm not going to be able to bring you onto the panel right now. The stream is about to end. It's been a fantastic stream. I've really enjoyed the stream. I've had a lot of new faces, a lot of new names in the chat. Listen, everybody in the chat right now, please hit the like button and please subscribe if you haven't already done so. We do the stream pretty much daily, and it is always a pleasure to talk to you guys and to get your feedback. Guys in the panel, thank you for joining. It's been great, and the guys who will be watching this later also joined in the panel earlier. Thank you all for taking part. It's been fantastic. I want to wish you all a good evening, and I will see you in my next stream, possibly tomorrow. Have a good one, and peace out.
Take care.
Cheers, Baggy.
Thank you, Baggy. Thank you.
Take care. Peace, everyone. Bye-bye.
Yes.